Oh no. Welcome and welcome back, everybody. Tia here, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at In the Hall of the Mountain King. Now, this is a competitive game for 2 to 5 players. However, just for you, we have the Cursed Mountain expansion, which includes a cooperative mode for 1 to 5 players. So you guessed it, we'll be playing through this one solo. I'll be providing a brief tutorial about how this particular expansion plays, as well as a little review at the end. So if you want to hear my final thoughts, be sure you stick around for that. In the Cursed Mountain cooperative / solo mode, the stakes are going to be much higher. All of the different troll factions are coming together to defend the mountain against a curse and save their home. So to start with, we have our prophecy board here, which will show us the win condition for the game. You are going to randomly draw these dedication tokens and fill up the spaces based on your player count. Now, in order to win the game, you will have to dedicate statues of a matching type, fire, ice, and moon, onto the different tiers as indicated by the prophecy board, which we'll see a little bit later in the playthrough. Additionally, we are going to set up our curse cards. There are 20 cards that come with the game. You'll be removing 5 of these, so you'll have a total of 15 from game to game. If you ever have 7 curses out on the board, you've lost. Or if you go to draw a curse and there are no more, you have also lost the game. Additionally, we have this new mechanic of these quake tokens, which will be destroying different tunnels that we've built throughout the game later once our Troll's Moot has been built up. These will be placed to be drawn randomly in our little bag here that would normally hold pedestals. Speaking of pedestals, you'll notice that the level 2 trolls do not have any randomly drawn pedestals placed on them. The only way you can get a pedestal in the cooperative mode is by purchasing a level 3 troll and adding it to your Troll's Moot, in which case you'll get to choose a color of your choice and add it to your supply. Additionally, our starting trolls will gain us our resources here. They'll be drafted just like in a competitive game. However, the resources will go to a shared cart between all players. Only resources that are on your trolls will be available to you. All other resources that would normally be placed in your storage will go to this shared cart. And it's also worth mentioning that if you're playing with more than just one person, any additional bonuses that you would get in a competitive mode for going later on in turn order will not apply in the cooperative version. So now that we have an idea of the basic changes to set up, let's go ahead and jump into our first turn. We're going to start by drawing one of these curse cards. This one says pedestals gain while this curse is active go into individual storage and may be only placed by that player. So in a solo play game, that doesn't affect us too much since we have access to our resources all the time. Now, in order to break this curse, we would have to build a tunnel using either iron or heartstone. When building a tunnel using iron, you'll get 1 mineral that you can place on a curse. With heartstone, you'll have up to 2 to place on 1 or more curses. To dispel the curse, you'll have to have minerals equal to the player count. So in a solo play game, you'll only need to do this 1 time. If we have trolls of a completed level of above our starting level, we'll also be drawing quake tokens from our bag. And there's a nice handy reference at the bottom of our prophecy board, so we'll get to that in later rounds on how many quake tokens and how those resolve. After that, we're going to continue similar to our competitive mode where we can use spells and workshops. Since we have some workshops in our network, we can use a spell using this rune. So I think out of these 3, the one that's most beneficial right now is Earth Ritual. We can gain 3 stone, 2 iron, or 1 heartstone. In terms of building routes, I don't have a lot of options because I have very limited resources. However, we can do that 4-to-1 trade for resources. So follow me here, this is crazy, but if we take 3 stone, we can use those along with maybe the hammer, since there's no rubble that we need to clear out immediately. Trade them in for a coin, and then use these 2 coins to purchase a level 2 troll on our first turn. I know, it's crazy. Seems very wasteful to do that trade, but I think it will pay off with the amount of resources that we'll be getting later on. The question now is, which troll do we want? I think our white troll may be the easiest path to getting our lowest tier to anchor. So let's make that more valuable. Iron is also very good. Let's take this bad boy here. And I would like to activate that spell again, so we're going to place them there. Put on our resources, trigger the cascade. Bam-ba-lam. Okay. Feeling pretty good about that. Let's see what happens going forward. The next thing that we're going to be able to do is move statues using carts. We don't have any statues in our network and we only have one cart, so that for this round is going to be null and void. Last thing that we would be able to do is dedicate statues. So if a statue is on an anchor point and or matching pedestal color in the correct tier based on our prophecy board, we can dedicate it. Once we've done that though, we can't move them. And since we have none out, skipping that for this round. So moving on to round 2, we'll flip our new card. It says, during Cascade, starter trolls do not activate. That is awful, considering that would potentially be a next move. So I guess our other option is to build and try to get rid of that card. We do have 3 iron. Is that beneficial though? We could get some iron, gold, and stone there. We could start to build out. Is there any way we can get a 4th? Again, this is, oh, we can use this to get 2 more iron. Let's do that. We now have 5 iron. We want to use a 5, level 5 one. We would get an iron back and build out closer to blue. And there are no rubble spaces. So let's use 5. We'll place one of our iron here. We get a level 5 tunnel, which I'm going to place starting out from our network. We get a gold, a stone, and an iron. That is great. Level 5 tunnels are also going to be safe from quakes, so that is another cool thing about building a level 5 as opposed to something else. And a stone. All right. That concludes that. We don't have any carts to move our white statue, so we're going to move on to the next round. Don't forget to get rid of this curse. Again, if we get 7, we've lost the game, so we want to make sure we're mitigating that as much as possible. Nobody may dig size 2 tunnels. Ooh, okay. Wasn't really planning on it anyway, so I think we're all right there. It would be very good to get another troll and get more resources. Potentially one that has, ooh, carts and money and iron. That would be great. Perhaps we will start going this route and get a coin back as well. Now, the question is, do I want another coin or do I want these 2 resources? I think we want these 2. This will also potentially help with triggering cascades in the future of building up more and getting more return on our investment. It's more beneficial in the cooperative game to build up because as soon as we complete that row and add a 3rd troll, we'll start triggering quakes, which is not a fun time. So we're going to add our resources here. We now do have a white cart that we could potentially spend as well. Okay, moving ahead, let's draw our new curse. No quakes yet. Before using a workshop, 1 resource must be played to the supply. Well, joke's on you, we don't have any workshops, so that is not an issue. Let's see. We have 3 iron, we have a heartstone. I want to use these resources up as much as possible. So what we could potentially do is, what's the level 4 tunnel look like? Is there a way we could get a level 5 tunnel? No, not really. We could do level 5 with stone, but it wouldn't let us negate any of these if we convert some of our resources into stone. What would that look like? It builds up to where, oh, we don't have a hammer. There's no way we can really build up there, so maybe we'll focus on a level 4 using iron, which is the best shape for us. It'd be cool to get this blue on board, but we don't have a hammer. So instead, potentially, we want to build up this way. But again, we don't have a hammer, so that's unfortunate. Maybe we'll do a level 3 to get more resources out of stone. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. And it's stalling for a turn. But it could be beneficial. It's not that beneficial, let's be honest. Okay, I think we just need to plow ahead as quickly as possible. So what we'll do instead is build a level 4 tunnel here. If I place it here, I could also get the blue statue, but I would need to trade things in order to get a hammer. So I think we'll use stone, unfortunately, to build this. That's gone. And I also need a hammer. I'm not moving orange anytime soon, so I could use one. Do I want to use a white cart? Probably not. 2, 3. I don't want to use another coin because I want to purchase another level 2. Maybe we'll get rid of the cart. Heartstone is really important. We can't use it yet. So we're trading these 4 resources for a hammer. Very, very sad day. We'll see if that pays off or not. That will allow us to place this here. We will get a coin and we will get a stone back into our supply here. Okay, we can use this cart as well, might as well, to move our here. And then the next thing we're going to do is move on to the next turn. Oh, we do get a workshop, which I think this one that allows us to, oh, or do we want to trade in any 2 resources for a wild cart? I feel I always get stuck with movement issues, so this might be a good option, although we have a lot of curses, so changing stone into iron might be good since we have a guy who gets a lot of stone as well. We'll place this out here on the board. So now we can do that up to once per round, but provided that we have to pay for this curse. Okay. Pedestals may not be placed in orange or yellow tiers. I have no pedestals. I'm nowhere near there, so I don't have to worry about that now, other than that it adds towards our total of 7 curses that we can have out per rounds. I definitely want to get a level 2 troll again if possible. I don't have quite enough for a level 3. I would need 2 more coins, which I don't have. So we are going to purchase this iron and orange cart. The orange cart is not appealing, but getting another iron seems really good, and that makes this guy better to get more coins later, potentially. I don't know. So we will go ahead and take this one, place him here. Or her. I'm not sure if trolls have specific genders. I know some fantasy lore, it's like there are no female dwarfs or whatever. I mean, she could be she looks like a very nice lady if she is a lady. We just don't know, you know? Or maybe they don't have like male and female gender. I mean, I don't know. Formal name troll. Thank you. We'll trigger our cascade here. Devolving quickly. And let's see. Here we do get another rune, which is pretty nice. We can get some resources using our earth ritual if we so choose. And let's see. What could we do next? We could use carts to move things. We don't have any carts that really apply here. So we're gonna move on to our next round. This is our 5th curse. When recruiting a level 2 or 3 troll, spend 1 coin into the supply in addition to the usual bribes. Well, again, luckily that doesn't apply to us because we are broke. We could get a level 2 troll technically, but we're not gonna worry about that too much right now. So I can exchange up to 1, but I have to pay, so I'm not gonna do that. The next order of business, I think, is getting rid of that workshop one, because that's very annoying, or this one. So we could use iron to build another network. If I had a hammer, I could get to this guy with a level 4 and then build out from there, or in through this way. Decisions. If I build out and get my white statue onto this tier as well, I could potentially get a pedestal. So we want a level 5. Does that help us at all? Ooh, if I could get up here, I could get a coin and a stone, but I don't have a hammer. I could trade 4 for a hammer. Or 5. We might have to do that. Not the best action economy, but I think we're going to go here and get 3 stone into our supply. This gives us flexibility when trading in resources. And since this has 3 runes on it, it is going to be removed and replaced by our next card here, which is Spirit of Giving. Choose any level 1 or level 2 troll in the horde and add its displayed resources with the exception of clan carts to your storage it looks like, unless it is a wild card. So that could be cool for getting more resources if I had any runes left, which unfortunately I don't. So back to the plan. We can't get any anchor points here, so it may be good to just get a level 5 and try to bust through as best we can. Get them real nice and close. This could be an option. Then it builds up for us to get to all 3 colors very quickly. Not gonna think too hard about it. Let's go. We're gonna use iron as well so that we can not have to pay extra to recruit. And we do need to trade in 4 stone or 4 other resources for a hammer so that we can get through the rubble space there. Okay. And this will go away. The next thing that we'll do is we will go ahead and use this cart in order to move our white statue onto the next tunnel space available. We also now have 2 entrances located next to our workshop, so we can do that action up to twice if we were to pay. Next round. Treat all workshops as if they had 1 less open entrance. Okay, so up to 1. So just at a higher premium and also less action economy. Great. Okay, so we do have some orange carts. If we could get this guy up in here, that would be super cool. We could do a level 2 tunnel and a level 2 tunnel. We need some things to happen. I don't have enough carts right now. Potentially, I could trade in some resources to get a rune and do that, but it's not looking great. I can get another level 2 troll, place them here, but it will start triggering quakes. I think, unfortunately, though, that we're gonna just have to do it. Do I want a rune and a hammer and a cart? Or do I want to make taking these trolls even better so that I can get more money? Ooh. If I take this one, I could get a level 3 troll next. That might be really excellent since I don't need heartstone right now. If I take a heartstone, I could build a level 2, or do I want big money? I think I want big money. Okay, we're gonna take this stinky little man here. And this is technically here, sorry. Ooh, brain freeze. Help. In the comments, help. Send a time machine, help. I feel like this is a very pivotal point in the decision-making process, and it's not a great point for my brain to just shut off. If I take that, I would have, you know what? No, go big or go home. We're gonna probably have to go home. We'll place these 2 here to take a heartstone. Then I would have 2 heartstone. I could get rid of 2 curses, which those are piling up. We're just gonna do it. Boom. Okay. 2 heartstone and 2 coins. Not bad. Not ideal, but not bad. And all right, let's go ahead and draw our next. We don't have any cards to use right now. Quakes cost 1 extra resource to resist in addition to the usual mineral. Oh, great. And this is the instance of our first quake. So because we have completed our first level of trolls, we're going to pull 1 quake token from the bag. We can negate that by discarding a stone, however, so it's good we have some. This is a level 2 quake. So if we have any level 2 tunnels that do not have a pedestal or a dedicated statue on them, we would have to remove 1 off the board for each player from their network. But since we don't have any, we are fine from that for now. Speaking of level 2 tunnels, we're going to use these 2 heartstones to construct a level 2 tunnel. And I believe we want to, we want to get all the way out to this friend here. We would need a 4 to get all the way out there, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 1 short of changing in for that. So I believe we're going to have to do some really unfortunate things here. The other option is trying to connect our blue, but we don't have enough shovels or enough, I keep saying shovels, enough hammers. So I think we'll go with that route, very, very sadly. We're gonna spend these 2 for a level 2 tunnel. We will get rid of this workshop where we have to pay. If we can use it 1 less, that's fine. And this one that, oh, we can't dig level 2 tunnels. No, this is terrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we could draw 1 more curse and we'll be okay. I'm going to get rid of these resources to get a stone, of all things, a stone. No, we can get rid of these resources to get a rune. That's what we're going to do. Use this rune here. We can choose any level 1 or 2 troll to get the resources shown. We can get 2 iron, which doesn't help us. We can get 3 stone, which is slightly better. I think we'll go ahead and have to take 3 stone so that we can build a larger tunnel. We could do a level 4 tunnel with our stone. And we could trade in the rest of our resources for no. This is pretty bad. 4. We could build a level for a 3. Oh dear, we're gonna trade in 4 stone for one of these friends here. We have 3 of these. We'll have to get rid of the level 2 tunnels because that is really not ideal. We'll also have to get rid of quakes, I think. And our level 3 will go, we could get some resources. This is not great, but we are very low on resources. So a coin, an iron, and a stone here. Unfortunately, I don't have any hammers, so we can't take some of the other places that might be better and get us closer to moving statues. But everybody breathe, don't panic, it's going to be fine. It's gonna be just fine. Place these off to the side. At least we got rid of 2 curses and, you know, didn't get any return on our investments in terms of resources, but getting rid of 2 curses is pretty good. So we're just gonna take a breath and be okay with it. Moving on to our next round, we can't move or dedicate any statues. When recruiting a troll, bribes go into the supply instead of onto the bribed trolls. Not like we have money anyway. And we have, ooh, a safety token for our quake, so nothing bad's gonna happen there yet. And our next round, we can't really build, I mean, we can build some tunnels, but nothing great. So I think we're going to have to take some trolls. We don't have enough money. I could trade in to get another level 2 troll, but that would cost me literally all of my resources. I could trade these 4 in to activate a troll and get 3 stone and a coin, which then I would get a coin instead of just this. So we'll do that. Trade these in for a rune, place the rune here. We can get 3 stone and a coin. We could convert one of those using our workshop into an iron, which I will do since I can only do 1 per round because of this very annoying card here. And then I can use these 2 coins to get a level 2 troll. Because of this, they won't go out onto the placed trolls. Or do I want to take this one, place it, and then be able to get a level 3 troll next round? What is better? I do think I start... Level 3 trolls are really good in a multiplayer game or if you have statues of the same. So if you dedicate a statue on a matching pedestal, this is interesting, you get to place a dedication token. If there's another of the same type that's on the same tier or lower, you get to place a second. But since I have 3 different ones, that is not going to apply here. I'm wondering if it's better to just take the level 2 trolls. I think it is. Okay, these go to the supply instead of onto the trolls, which is fine because that guy would retire anyway. And I think I want to get some iron. like so. This is also going to increase our quake level, unfortunately, but we need to really start making some things happen. So let's get our resources. We have iron for days. That's some good news. We have some carts. We have some heartstone. We have some coins. We don't have any hammers, which is probably a big oversight on my part. Okay. Moving on, let's go ahead and, ooh, do we want to move any statues? So if I move, I can use this one to move here. Then it's lined up to potentially place a smaller scale tunnel and dedicate once we have an anchor point there. That could be good. Let's flip our next curse. Flip 2 spellbook cards face down, keeping any runes on them. Flipped spells may not be cast. Flip these 2 since we haven't used them. And we're going to draw Quake tokens. Since we are at a level 2, we have 2 full levels of Trolls now. Not carding or starting. We're gonna pull 2 and they can be negated with iron. So we have a 3. I do have this one. When this is removed from the board, it is important to note that any symbols, if you cover them up again, will allow you to take those resources. And we're gonna pull our second token here, which is the level 2. Again, I don't have any, so we're fine on that right now. Okay, do we want to build a little baby tunnel? The sad thing is that these are placed, ooh, that could work, but I would need 2 hammers in order to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could literally use all of my resources to place this 1 down and negate 1 curse. Let's do it. So first things first, I need 4 iron. 1 of these will go on here. I don't really need the spells. I probably might need to get rid of this one. Oh, this should technically still be a stone. I forgot I had to pay 1 for it, so we're not gonna do that. I need 2 hammers to place there via rubble and all of that, so we will place this here. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, this feels real bad for that hammer. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. For another hammer, I will spend 2 hammers to place over 2 rubble, but I think we need to be pretty quick about it. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll find out very, very soon. Oh dear. Here we go. This is going to be negated. And we have our lovely tunnel. We have no carts with which to move, but we only need to use 1 to move it there, and then we'll be able to dedicate the statue and mute a curse and get 1 step closer to a very far goal of trying to break the curse. All right, all players flip 1 workshop they own face down. All right, and by own I mean connected to your network. And before we move on, we'll pull our 2 quake tokens from the bag. Since we have 2 levels of trolls, we can negate it with an iron if we had any, but we don't. So we have, ooh, thank goodness. And as soon as we have 6 out here, they're gonna reshuffle. So we'll see what this last one is. Hey, okay, so we have a 3. We don't have any 3 tunnels, so we are safe there. These are going to reshuffle. Hopefully we'll get some, we'll see some more mercy with those non-cave-in kind of chits being pulled. All right, we definitely need to recruit a troll. We just go for as many resources as we can get. Do we want money or do we want black iron? Looks like we have a lot of iron. Money doesn't really help us, but it does give us 2 more that we can use as wilds, but which we may need for carts, so we might as well take 1 more resource in general. I'm not sure if this is the best idea. And this helps us move orange carts. Both of these help us move orange carts, which is not great. We'll go ahead and take this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 iron ones that will happen, so. All right, that is our last troll. It is going to activate our level 3 quake, so we really need to make some things happen here. Otherwise, we are going to... Oh, speaking of losing, we have 6 curses out, which means next round we're going to lose regardless. That was a very big oversight on my part, unfortunately. I mean, we're very down to the wire here, though, so it, could have happened to anyone, I suppose. If there was a way to negate curses without building tunnels, that would have been great. Or I guess I could have built a smaller tunnel using Hearthstone, or Heartstone, not Hearthstone, Heartstone for sure. Oh no. Well, let's just finish out with as much dignity as we can. We'll place this cart to move this here. There are other potential things we could do to get closer to our goal, so we can convert these 4 carts into a blue cart, which would move this here. Let's take another 4 resources off of our pile to move it here. We could do another 4 resources, move it here, and another 4 resources to move it here, and another 4 resources to move it here. So we are very close to placing our blue on this tier as well. This allows us to mute a curse since we've cleared out the entire row, and we're dedicating this statue on this anchor point of the matching tier. So we can flip one of these over, however, it does still count towards our limits. We would need to place a coin to get rid of it. Oops. And the first thing that we'll do on our next turn is draw a curse, which puts us at 7 curses, regardless of the one that's muffled. If we were to go on, we would draw 3 quakes from our bag, which can be negated with Heartstone. And let's see, so we ended with 3 potential more rounds in the deck. So we did have a little more time. It was very overzealous to place that piece down. Probably definitely could have gotten at least 1 more pedestal, if not both, by having all these resources just delayed 1 turn and building a smaller tunnel. So yeah, there you have it. Unfortunately, our mountain is in shambles, but perhaps you can do better. That is the solo play for In the Hall of the Mountain King, the Cursed Mountain expansion. The first time I played it competitively and the first time I played it solo, I thought, oh no. I felt like the game was amazing in its presentation and its art. Obviously, PaRTy Moria, hello. I thought that the mechanics were really unique and a combination of things that I haven't seen really in other games necessarily. Certain elements felt similar, like the moving of the statues felt similar to movement in Tobago, or obviously having polyomino pieces and building a network felt similar, or resource management. In terms of the Trolls Moot and the Cascade, I personally haven't found a game that triggers in quite that way for resource management or an engine builder, so that was really interesting to me. But the pacing felt a little bit off those first times. The second and third time I played the cooperative mode, however, that totally flipped and changed. I think it has to do with the limited amount of resources and actions early on. The game the first time through felt very turn to turn, a little bit scripted, like there was the most efficient action. And I think that had to do with my inexperience just with the pacing of the game and how it played out for sure. When I played it again, trading in the 4-to-1 resources or taking actions that in the moment didn't seem as efficient for long-term benefit, definitely I could see more of those strategies coming together, and it made even the most basic of first turns that went by super quickly even more exciting. I was able to get more action economy out of those later actions, triggering my Trolls Moot, having a large pile of resources with which to build networks and move carts, multiple turns in a row. And so I think this one is definitely a game that if you pick it up based on the aesthetic, based on how it sounds, try it out, and you don't quite jive with it at first, give it a couple of more plays. On that first play, it was just hard to figure out the pacing. that's the other thing that I love about this game, in addition to the unique mechanics, is that it's something so unique and so new that with more plays, I've been enjoying it more and more every time, and more excited to come back to it. So initially with this one, like I said, I was a little afraid that this is one that maybe wouldn't stick around in my collection. Maybe that would be the narrative going forward with the pacing, but I definitely think this is more of a long-term, slow burn with a really fun, exciting, quick race to the end. And I absolutely love the pacing of this game now on this third solo play, and I'm excited to try it with more people, and also excited to try the cooperative mode with more people as well. That's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please feel free to leave a like. You can also subscribe for more board game content, or just go ahead and check out some of these videos over here right now. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.